more guys here, which is really cool. So right before I was telling, that, by the way, that's Jacob Chandler. Jacob, stand up, so everybody knows. Everybody needs to know the other half of Jerry. Wasn't she amazing? Guys, I was a part of that. I got to watch that run. And I'm just here to tell you, she is spectacular. And so are all of you. She did amazing things, and so can all of you. But Jerry, or Jacob, I told him, I said, I gotta come up with a song. One of these people, you know, I was supposed to have done it 3 weeks ago, and here it is today. He said, I don't know what to do. So I'm thinking through. I mean, I'm not a real song guy. So he's like, oh, I got it for you. I got it. So he plays that tune, and I start realizing, you know, really, my wife tells me every time I speak, I offend somebody. She said, it's gonna happen, right? It's gonna happen, so I figured I'd just get it out of the way from the start. Y'all think I'm just arrogant, like pompous. Then I can only go up from here, right? Can only get better? All right, you guys, so whoever's in the door, can you shut that door? Yeah, you guys that are walking out, you wanna shut that. You wanna shut that because you're not gonna get back in. Because I'm about to give a guarantee. Now you guys, I came from the financial planning world, right? When we say the word guarantee in the financial planning world, guess what happens? There's these little black SWAT guys that drop from the ceiling, right? They yank your people out of the room. Your licenses get taken away. So I've always been scared of that word. But you guys, this is what's really cool. I'm not in financial planning. And I'm going to give you a guarantee. I'm going to share with you something today. I guarantee you, if you will do it, that's why I had to shut the doors, because those that are out, they're not coming back in. All right? This is just for you here today. Some of you came a long ways. Has this been amazing so far? Yeah. You guys, what's so cool is I've been here long enough. I've seen all those people that walked up on stage today. I remember when a lot of them first started. And it's so cool to see the evolution, to watch people grow and develop and see what they can become. Okay? So, I'm going to give you a guarantee. And that guarantee, you guys, is that if you do exactly what I share with you today, I guarantee you, you will be successful. You can even write that down in the notes. And you can even quote me on it. Because, you guys, I'm about to share with you principles. Principles that I didn't make up. But principles that have guaranteed success over and over and over again. Okay, I love to read books. I use that word loosely, right? Read books. How many of you still read books? How many of you listen to books? I listen to books. I listen to a lot of books. I love it. And I'm going to share with you a couple today that share some profound principles. Principles that have literally formed and shaped who I am from these books, okay? I know there was a clicker, and I was told that it might be here. Oh, sweet. Right here. Okay. Now, you all picked who you sat next to today, right? All right. So there's a lot of things we can do, but do you guys realize what time it is? Do you guys realize which gap I've been given? The dead zone. Well, we're going to change it. Okay? This is going to be really fun. So you guys picked who you sat next to. So at the end, if this happens to go bad, you picked, right? So we had a little thing in my family when I was a kid growing up. When I have a family of 9 kids, right? So there was a lot of us. We'd go sit down in church. We'd sit down in the front row because we were always late. And it was the only row that was left. And we had a thing. That if anybody, we called it, started riding the pole. You know what that is? That it was okay to walk them off. Hey, and I'm just telling you, there's 4 boys, 5 girls. It could get a little rowdy. But I'm giving you guys permission. If anybody next to you starts riding the bull, buck them off. Because they're going to want to hear this. Okay? So let's get started. Let's see. Next. Woo! There. You guys, this is the part where I'll probably offend some of you. How did this happen? Now Now you might think I'm talking about Donald Trump getting elected. I don't really care, right? The sky was falling when Barack Obama got elected, and we're still okay. The sky's falling when Donald Trump got elected. Guess what? We're still okay. It doesn't matter, right? But how did this happen? I'll add one more. I don't know, but I'm really glad I did. Actually, you guys, I do know. I know exactly how this happens. How many of you know or know of people or are people in this situation that's being described? I'm not going to verbally describe it because it's being recorded, but you all know what I'm talking about here, right? How did that happen? Generations and generations of genetics building up to perfection, and then wham, right? I'll tell you how it happened. Now, the only reason I share this is I looked for something online that said most attractive, and it's the only thing that was PG enough that I could put on here. Also, I really like that first one. This is where the most attractive men live. I like to think I contributed to that statistic. I didn't get a copyright date on that, so I don't really know. But I will tell you, the most attractive trait, and what causes somebody like Melania, whatever, to be attracted to Donald, it ain't the hair. Yes. It is a definite purpose. There's a book that if you have not written, you need to write down. And you need to get it on Audible and listen to it before you get home. Promise me you will, because it will change your life. Especially when you're going home on the emotion that you're going home after this event. It's called Outwitting the Devil by Napoleon Hill.
What was it?
Outwitting the Devil. It is a fascinating book. It's literally a conversation that he had with the devil. It's a fascinating book. You guys, one of the things he says in there, and I'm not going to ruin it for you, but I will give you this little tidbit. But Napoleon Hill, he says the number one defense, tool, strategy, whatever you want to call it, to outwit the devil, to disarm the devil, to make yourself impenetrable, is thought and definite purpose. When you have a definite purpose, he cannot penetrate it. You guys, that's what can cause someone to see past anything else, right? And what do you want to do in doTERRA? Why do people join your team? Well, let's be real. This is just real. The reality, you guys, it used to be because you just walked around waving oil and everybody jumped on your team, right? But people have heard about doTERRA, right? Why do they join your team? Because of you. Because they want to work with you. Because they are attracted to you. Because when you share the oil, you share it with passion. You share it with purpose. When you invite them, hey, you know what? You know where I'm going with this? Let me share with you where I'm going. And I need 3 people to go with me. And I don't know if the timing is good for you or not. But I would love to sit down with you and share with you where I am going. And if the time is good, this could be an amazing journey. It might not be good for you, but the type of person you are, I have a feeling that you surround yourself with the type of people that will be very good at this business. When can we talk? When you know where you're going, people will line up to go with you. They will line up to go with you. Because definite purpose is the most attractive trait in any person. Obviously, right? Obviously. Okay. So, another book number 2. Another one of these books that just changed my life. I read this when I was like 18. It was like a part of like a book report. They gave us like 3 different books we could read. I chose this one because it was the smallest. It changed my life. For those of you that haven't read it, get it, read it. It's a book about a camel boy. I'm not going to give the whole thing away, but the camel boy, he goes to work with the richest man in all the land. And at the end, the guy gives him a chest full of scrolls. And these scrolls are the secret to success. There's 10 scrolls. I'm gonna give you the book report that I gave. Okay? I did it really short. These are the top 5, in my opinion. Now, I wish that we had all day and into tomorrow, and I could sit here and talk with you about every one of them, but I'm going to focus on one. But I wanted you to see, because these are the top 5 principles. It says the greatest salesman in the world. The book is about becoming the greatest you. Whatever you are. Greatest mother, greatest father, greatest businessman, greatest doTERRA business person, greatest anything. The first one is habits. They did this deal, you guys. It was a study, and they said, you know, what's really cool is, if you guys look at, and you think about anybody in your life who was great. We're talking superstars. Think about those people that are just superstars. The one thing they found in every one of them is they had a core set of habits. Things that they did every day that created their success. Habits are the foundation of success. Okay? Oh, we're going to go back. Love. Love everything. Love everyone. Love whatever's happening in your life. I love what the speakers before, Jerry, when she talked about the difference between fear and faith, excitement and fear. I learned something, right? Whenever I'm afraid, I just put a little breathe on it. She said just add breath, right? A little breathe on it, and it turns fear into excitement. Just add breathe. But love everything, you guys. Love the challenges you're going through right now, because those challenges are literally forming you into your greatest self. You could be on the couch right now, back wherever it is you're from, eating bonbons and watching your kids run around the dirt. You could be. And you can stay there every day. It's a choice. You've chosen to be here. You've chosen to be doing what you're doing. You've chosen to create trials in life. And what it will do is it's going to make you stronger. It's going to make you better. Love it. Enjoy it. Okay? Love everything. Choose to love. My sister and her husband do improv. One of the first laws of improv is love. Love it. When somebody gives you something, love it. I love it. It was a horrible line. That was awful. But I love it. I work with it. It's the same type of thing. You guys, when things come into your life, love it. Love it and make it into something great. Okay, third one. I will persist until what? Until somebody tells me no? How many of you have ever had anybody say no? I will persist until a builder quits. Oh, they're darn gone though. Because I was only doing it really because I thought they would. You laugh because it's true. I will persist until I succeed. Beautiful thing, you guys. We have a product that never fails. Right? We have a business plan that it doesn't fail. The only variable is you. And will you persist long enough? It's so simple. Will you persist long enough to work through the blocks necessary to become successful? Period. And guess what? That's life. You guys realize that doTERRA is just a chasm of life. It takes what you're going to learn over the next 50, 60 years, and it squeezes it in this little itty bitty like 6 months and says, now learn it all really quick. And it's hard. But you guys, you're going to learn it over the next 50, 60 years. Would you rather learn how to have meaningful relationships when you're 70? Would you rather learn how to have meaningful relationships when you're 35? Or 45? Okay? I will persist until I succeed. I will laugh. I will laugh at myself. I heard a thing one time. It was, I believe it was, what's the tall guy? Talks like he's a smoker. Maybe he is. Tony Robbins. Yeah, that's the guy, big tall. He said one time, he says, you guys, you realize everything that happens in your life that's really stressful and hard, 5 years from now, 10 years from now, you're going to laugh about it. So get started. Why wait? We had one yesterday. So we live in Montana, right? You guys heard Montana's on fire? Texas, we moved from Texas because it was flooding, so we moved to Montana. It's on fire. We can't win. Literally, I can't see Seth from my house right now because there's so much smoke. We had our babysitters. Our babysitters were coming. They were supposed to be there early in the day on Monday. They were up hiking. They're very adventurous. They were going to take a 40-mile trek over the weekend. So we were a little nervous, right? Fires slowed them down. They didn't get to our house till about 5:30, 6 o'clock. We have a 10-hour drive. I got here at 5 o'clock this morning. Checked into my hotel that I paid $100, I don't even know how much, whatever, for like 2 hours of sleep, so I could come talk to you today.
Thank you.
It really sucks. Because, boy, we had fun last night. My wife trying to keep me awake and the stories and the things and stuff we talked about. It got ridiculous. Because she's way more tired than I am. And she's trying to keep me awake. You guys, it's funny. Oh, we could have been upset. But it's what you choose. You choose it. Right? So laugh. Laugh about it. So much easier to move forward when you laugh. The last one, I will act. I will act when? Now. Right now. Right now. There is not a business plan out there, you guys, that written. You could write the most perfect business plan. You could have it in every line exactly right. You could even get your punctuation right, which I never did. You could do it just perfect. And how much of that business plan is going to come to fruition without action? Nothing. It's the action. You have to take action. I love the question that you guys have wrote it down because this is just how I roll. On my hand, because I was back there looking at it. It was a late night. And the question is, what will I do now? What will I do now? I abbreviated the rest and I can't read what it says. What will I do now to go forward? Right? What do I need to do right now? And then do it. When you ask yourself that question, there will be thoughts that come into your mind. I guarantee it. Too often we're scared of those thoughts. You think, no, I don't want to call them. No, I'll wait. Let me scroll through Facebook again. Yeah, ooh, like, oh yeah, that's awesome. It doesn't move your business. What do I need to do now to move my business forward? And do it. Take action. Okay, I'm probably down to 2 minutes. I'm just getting started. Sweet, 6 minutes. Awesome, we're gonna roll. Okay, habits. Go really quick. I was gonna quit all my bad habits and then I realized that nobody likes a quitter. Take a picture of this one. Print it out, go home, print it up. Make it really pretty, post it on a mirror, put it somewhere you can see it all the time. This right here, you guys, will change your life. In truth, the only difference between those who have failed and those who have succeeded lies in the difference of their habits. Good habits are the key to all success. Bad habits are the unlocked door to failure. Thus, the first law. So what do we know about this? This is the first law. This is the one this is the beginning. Before anything else, the first law, which precedeth all others, habits are the difference between success and failure. I will form good habits and become their slave. Habits are the difference between success and failure. I will form good habits and become their slave. I memorized that when I was 18. Sure, Rob gets napkins. You guys, I get emotional about this because I can't tell you how many major decisions I've made in my life that have come from that quote. Things that I've done that have now put me in a position to have the success that I have, to have the wife that I have, to have the children that I have, to have the life that I have that gives me the option to move and live where I want to live. Are from forming good habits and becoming a slave to those habits. And that mantra goes through my head every single day. Is this a good habit? Is this something I want to perpetuate? Is this a habit I'd like to see my team perpetuate? Form good habits and become a slave to those habits. Habits are the foundation of your building. If you have a rocky foundation, one like this, that doesn't look good. Those are bad habits. How many of you guys we know, right? We know this person. What's his name? There's somebody like this in every one of our lives. And we see the fruits of it. They have bad habits. And their life crumbles. And then we wonder, what happened? And they wonder, what went wrong? Habits. Habits are your foundation. You guys realize to build a skyscraper, that's what's under the dirt. That's the foundation. That's the building you want to build. That's the life you're going to create. And it's done by forming good habits. Okay, so keystone habits. Keystone habits, keystone is what holds up everything, right? Keystone habit, as it says here, this is from the book called Habits. This is a keystone habit, has the power to start a chain reaction, changing other habits across an organization. In short, keystone habits start a process that over time transforms everything. So I want to talk about keystone habits. What is a keystone habit? A keystone habit, or keystone habits, give you numerous small senses of success or victory. Is that 10 minutes? Oh, sweet. I was thinking I had. That's awesome. Keystone habits are the soil that helps other habits grow, and they give you energy and confidence to do more. Okay? A keystone habit is one that helps give you accumulating senses of winning, of progressing, of moving forward. This leads to you feeling more confident about yourself, which increases your self-confidence, becomes a boost of energy, and motivation which leads to further habits. So I want to talk to you about keystone habits. Because keystone habits are the key to your success in everything. And you notice they're little small ones, right? They're numerous. They give you numerous senses of victory. Okay? These are some keystone habits. Habits of highly effective people. I just made that up. He's been passing for a while now. I claim it. Those are keystone habits, you guys. He made a fortune teaching what? Common sense. Be proactive. Begin with the end in mind. Put first things first. Wow. Right? Think win-win. These are keystone habits. I want to submit to you that only a habit can subdue another habit. So what do we have to do? Say it with me. Form good habits and become their slave. Okay? So here's just an example. You guys, what I want you to do is, these are some that I just thought up. These are some of the ones that I do. What I would like you to do is I would like you to take those 5 areas and I would like you to create your own. And do it this week. Right? You do it this week, because when you go back on Monday, I'm going to give you some things that are going to guarantee success. This is the foundation. You got to build that foundation so that then we can build a beautiful building on it. These are the areas in your life that you need to have keystone habits. One is your physical health. Right? Melissa was master teaching us, and she gave you the perfect framework to go create that. You may have a habit that says I'm going to exercise, or I'm going to eat a certain number of healthy meals per week, and maybe that's going to start with 1, because that's 100% more than last week. Whatever it is, just do more. Relationships and social. One is reaching out to one person a day. Just to be a friend. Another can be to become a better listener. Form a habit of listening first, speaking later. Listen first, speak later. Okay? Mental, spiritual. The couple here I have is learn to focus and be present. Keep a gratitude journal. Or connect with your higher power for 15 minutes a day. You can go on for an hour on that one. Financial. Track your spending. Set up a budget. Stick to it. Form habits. Right? Habits are the difference between success and failure. Form good habits and become their slave. Last one, personal development. AM schedule. That's been reworded like 100 different times. Power hour, 2 minutes to success. I mean, it's all the same thing. It's what you do in the morning when you wake up to guarantee success for the day. Right? Mine is very, very simple. Because it has to be simple. I keep it to 3 things. I was always taught 3 to 7. If I do 3, I do it. If I do 7, I don't do anything. I wake up. Victory! I got up. We homeschooled. That's a victory. Actually, I'm just starting. So, AM schedule. I get up. I have my own scripture that I read from every day. It gets me in connection with my higher power. I have a book. It's a faith-based book that talks about the power of faith in your life and believing. And I read out of the book every day. And then I spend 1 page writing. Just write. My wife calls it her morning notes because she does like 3 pages. I do what? Write. Sometimes it's thoughts. Sometimes it's ideas. Sometimes it's inspiration. Sometimes it's just complaining. You write. Get it out. Right? That's my morning schedule. I invite you to create a morning schedule. 3 to 7 things that you do every morning that puts you on a path. It builds that foundation. Okay? Could be reading a book a week. So these are our keystone habits. Examples of keystone habits in doTERRA. Okay? Those were for life. If so goes life, so goes doTERRA, right? So if you get your life in order, your business will grow. So these are some keystone habits for building a doTERRA business. One is planning. You guys, I learned this and share this with you because this was a powerful thing for me. I was a freshman in college, and I had a class at 10 o'clock, and then I had a class at 1 o'clock. And this was new to me, right? Because always before, when you're in high school, you go in the morning, and you're captive, man. You don't go anywhere until, like, for me, and after all the extracurricular activities, it was like late at night. So this was a really weird thing for me. I had a class at 10 o'clock, and then at 11 o'clock, I'm done. Till 1? Where did I go? I want to take a nap. Because I was up way late last night. What I found, you guys, is I found that if the night before I decided, or I looked at my plan ahead, and I said, oh, you know what, I have a test on Friday, and I have to work on Thursday, that means tomorrow's Wednesday. I have to go and study for that test, because that's my only opportunity. Guess what happened the moment I walked out of that class? I walked out of that class, I have a choice. Nap, library. I go to the library, I already made that choice. I already made that decision. I didn't have to make it again. This, you guys, when you become independent contractors, that's what we are. You don't have a boss. When you become independent contractors, I will submit to you that the #1 challenge becomes creating your own schedule. Because there's nobody forcing you to do it. If you can create a habit around the principle of planning your next day, planning out your week, things will fall into place, and you will find it so much easier to do the things that you really want to do to grow your business, because you've already made that decision. Okay? There's like 15 other ways I can say that. But I can't stress enough, it is one of the core principles of success, is plan in advance, create it. The next one is the 631, right? It's the 6 daily questions, because those are the things that build your business, right? The next one is 50 to 100 points a day. Now, for some of you, this might be new. For those of you that are on my team, you've probably seen this 7,500 times, and you're ready to move on to something else. But this is the concept. The concept comes from this idea that what is measured improves. What's measured and reported improves dramatically. So these are the activities that build your business. Did you notice Facebooking or scrolling through, liking things, all that stuff is not on there? There's a lot of things that we do, our back office, it's not on there. Is it important to get in there once in a while? Sure. But it's not a core activity of building your business. These are the core activities of building your business. If you can commit to these and plan them into your schedule, you will be successful. This is where the guarantee comes. Performance is measured, performance improves. What I did is, I'm a very simple person. I'm also very competitive. I grew up playing every sport that you can imagine. I got into college and decided I wanted to ballroom dance. That was really cool. I did that. And then I played rugby at the same time. Because I'm very competitive. And I found, for me, I got to know when am I winning and when am I losing. How many of you got those little kid soccer things, right? I love the story because it illustrates two things, the principle and my daughter's personality. She's running around, she does her little soccer thing, we get down, she comes over, she's like, Daddy, we won, and she's so excited. I said, sweetheart, they don't keep score. She's like, oh, Daddy, we do. We won. When you keep score, you know if you won when you lost. Now, this is where I'm going to offend some of you again if I haven't already. But it's also a major compliment. Is what I've found is doTERRA attracts a very interesting person. Have you noticed that? Look around you. The people that are around you tend to be very motivated, healthy, driven, super moms, super grandmas, right? And unable to turn it off. Just say it how it is. So what you do is then you beat yourself up all night. You think about doing doTERRA all day long, right? 8 hours of the day you're thinking about it. You get done and you're like then beating the crud out of yourself because what did you actually do? Well, between everything else you thought about it. But because you thought about it all day, it felt like you were working, and then you get to the end of the week and you're like, man, I just put in 60 hours and I'm so tired and this doesn't pay me nearly enough. You thought about it, but you never kept score. So this is how you keep score. This will liberate many of you. Because this is how you now tell yourself at the end of the day, or even halfway through the day, I'm done. I did it. I accomplished what I needed to today. Now I'm going to go spend time with my kids. Now I'm going to go make dinner for my husband. Now I'm going to go do the things that, whatever it is that brings you joy and fulfillment, because you won it. You've done it. And I will submit to you, I've been doing this long enough, and if you will score 50 to 100 points a day, 50 points a day, you will move your business forward. You will create momentum if you do 50 points a day. You will have massive growth, of which you will not be able to keep up with if you commit to 100 points a day. And I can bring up a trail of people who would confirm this. If you will commit, and this is how you do it, this is how you get it. It's 5 points for a contact, 5 points for an oil share, 5 points for a call. 30 points for teaching a class or a one-on-one, if you talk. 5 points per attendee, up to a maximum of 25 points. 5 points for follow-ups from the class, right? Because not everybody enrolls the first time you teach the class. So you got to call them back. Oftentimes we don't follow up, you guys, because it's the hard part. But the fortune is in the follow-up. So if you're getting points for it, you're more likely, right? 15 points for an enrollment, 15 points for getting someone on an LRP, 20 points for membership overviews, 20 points for business overviews, 20 points for a builder call or a mentor call, and 10 points for your personal development. Now, I want to point something out. Did you guys notice 20 points for a membership overview and 15 points for an enrollment? You guys? It's really exciting to get enrollments, right? You get now money. You get now money now. If you will commit yourself to the membership overviews, That's where you build a residual income. And that's why it's actually worth more. So if you commit yourself to 50 points a day, 5 days a week, there are going to be days, you guys have had days that people turn in 700 points. That doesn't mean you take the week off. The reason this works is because it creates consistency in your life. It creates a little bit of time where you do something every single day to bring your business forward. Every single day you do something that moves your business forward. You might have days that you're going to do a lot and days that you don't do anything. But if you do something and commit to the 50 points, you will move your business forward. Okay? Track it. This is just a simple spreadsheet that I put on. Simple spreadsheet. You can build the exact same thing. The concept here is that where performance is measured and reported, report it to someone. Performance improves dramatically. I leave you with this. Very simple. Commit it to memory. Make it a part of your life. Habits are the difference between success and failure. Form good habits and become their slave. Thank you.